Emilie Kiser returning to TikTok is just fucking weird, and I knew I wasn't the only one feeling this way. Yesterday I saw a video from a creator. I'll tag her down below in the comment section. You have to go watch her video because she said, I know I'm going to get hate for this and I really don't care, but honestly, I was just talking to my husband about this last night where I was like, yes, this shit is so weird. The fact that Emilie Kiser has just come back online, making her normal content, going on vacation, going to get matcha, going to do all of these things. Like, yes, guys, I know she's posting about going to therapy. She's posting about, the fact that she's going through grief. But like the rest, I don't know. Like, if I lost my child, I promise you, you would not see my face again online. And if you did see my face again online, there would be no way I would be able to keep it together in front of it. Maybe she's just a good actor. I don't know. But the whole thing is just so weird. Now, listen, I'm not doubting the fact that she's going through grief, but the mere fact that people gave Erica Kirk so much fucking shit because she was crying on TV, she couldn't control herself, she was going through all of these, and then they don't think that it's weird that Emilie Kiser is just able to go on and make videos about losing her child? I don't know. The whole thing is just very, very, very weird to me. The fact that she's still living in the same house, the fact that she sees that pool every single day, the fact that she's still with Brady, like all of those things. And listen, I'm not telling her to get a divorce. Bitches have gotten over some crazier shit in this world, okay? But I just can't. Listen, I can't. It's weird. I can't watch it. When I see it, I cringe. I have to scroll right past it. Anything that has to do with her and her recent content, I'm like, how? And then the people that are gassing her up in the comments that are like, we're so proud of you and we're happy you're back. And why are people not asking questions? Why are people not asking questions and wondering what the fuck is going on? You can have, whatever random Jane Doe over here have a messy house and you guys are all up in her, what. But Emilie Kiser, you're just like, it's so great to see you back. What? Excuse me? Listen, I get that none of us are entitled to it, but I post on social media and you guys feel like you're entitled to my entire life, and you guys ask me all kinds of crazy questions, and I feel like I don't hide anything. I'll tell you guys whatever the fuck you want to know. But this whole thing, I don't know, this whole thing is weird. I'm probably gonna get hate for this. I'm not gonna delete it though, because, it's me and it's out there, and once it's out there, it's out there. I'm just saying, I was just telling my husband last night, if I lost my child, you better fucking believe you would not see my face, and if you did, you would know that I've been through some things.
I think it has to do with the fact that you have to go back to your job eventually and make money, irrespective of what you may be going through. You may be going through the worst in life, and then eventually you have to get yourself out of your bed and go make money. People don't want to hear that, but that's the reality. You might be going through some stuff, the most painful things you could ever go through. Thing is, you can never really have a conversation with people. I still remember, it's on my page even, I was talking about this young girl who was wearing inappropriately. And for me, that's not appropriate for a child. For me, I don't think that she should be moving her lower waist for any context. A young girl, for that matter. But for certain people with a club song playing in the background, it's okay. It's okay for a child to be looking like that and be children like that and dance in front of millions of people, and just dance like that. And then we're supposed to be like cheering for that kind of stuff. So people will never really understand. Yeah, I think you should have left it at that with your husband and never brought it to TikTok. Think in a way you wanted to express yourself as a person. But we live in a world that's just not allowing that type of expressivity. We have to be empathetic even in situations we're not supposed to be. One thing I do say, that she has to go back to reality. She has to make money. She has to connect with the people that she built with. She took some time off, I believe. I went and checked her page. And then she came back and then went back to hustle. All right. If it was a company, the minimum that they could give her is just a week. And probably 2 weeks if you're stretching it. After that, she has to come back to work. She has to. Or she can resign. If you lost your child, your husband, or everybody, you just have to come back to work, or you resign and then they replace you. That's life. You can't just say, I'm going to shine my face from the world and I'm never going to show my face again. But I remember seeing a guy who lost his family, and he found out while broadcasting that actually I lost my family. He kept on broadcasting. Is it toxic? Yes, it is. But in that moment, he was at work, and work expected him to expect that. So it's how people also tend to deal with their own traumas. And I think people expected him to just be like crying, but he didn't. So yeah.
I don't even know if I'm gonna end up posting this video, and I'm gonna try to keep it like short and sweet, but I am very much grieving, and I'm very much going through a lot right now. Just want to say, like, you are seeing such a small sliver of my life right now. I'm not sharing my kids anymore. Therefore, I'm not sharing Teddy, and I'm not sharing Trig. I'm doing my best, and I'm showing a very small portion because I'm not ready to share other things. I'm not ready to talk about other things, and that is okay. Those are the things that I am unpacking in my therapy sessions and with professionals and with my family. Those are not things that I think I should be coming on the internet and unpacking with millions of people. And I know that there are so many things that I could be talking about right now. Trust me, it is on my mind with what happened to Trig, but I'm not ready. And while I feel ready to return to work and some sense of normalcy, I am not ready to talk about anything about what happened to him. Very much processing the loss of my son. But I still think it's important to share this because I'm just not ready. And like, I kind of tried to set that boundary when I first came back. Everyone is entitled to say what they want about my grief journey, my behavior, but I also want to give you the perspective that no matter what, you are not seeing the full scope of things. I'm sharing the moments that I can bear to film and that I want to film because it kind of helps me step out of my reality for a second and do my job, which I very much enjoy. I genuinely enjoy content creation. That's why I do it. And I sometimes forget that because of social media, we've warped this perspective of people's lives that we genuinely feel like we know them and like we know what their whole life looks like, when in reality, we're seeing maybe like 5% of someone's life, and it's what they choose to share. So right now, I'm choosing to share the days that I'm getting through. I truly just want to give the perspective that like, unless you have lost someone and gone through grief, you will not understand what you would do or how you would act because you just have never had to be in that position, and I hope you never have to be. I mean, everybody loses someone or something at some point in their lives, but losing a child is literally the worst pain, and I would not want anybody to go through it. For people to say, if this were me, I would just be crippled and I would be thinking about them all day and I wouldn't be able to continue on. Do you not think that everywhere I look in my house, I don't see my child? His photos are everywhere, his artwork is everywhere. I love that because he's my child and I never want to forget him. But I'm not showing that on camera. I'm not showing you all those things. I'm literally just trying to do anything to bring a little bit of joy to my life right now. So I don't know. I know I don't need to get on here and necessarily like defend myself, but literally could not be further from the truth of my life.
Emilie Kiser returning to TikTok is just fucking weird. The fact that Emilie Kiser has just come back online, making her normal content, going on vacation, going to get matcha, going to do all of these things. If I lost my child, I promise you, you would not see my face again online.
Emilie Kiser isn't weird for returning to the internet, aka her job, but all of the women who have decided to come out of the woodwork and publicly bash a woman who just lost her child certainly are. Emily, if this video crosses your For You page, just skip it. It's best if you don't listen to it. Just know I support you. First of all, I wish I could go more than 15 minutes without seeing a new reason to be disappointed in women. The amount of vitriol and judgment women face on the daily for the way they parent, the way they grieve, the way they do everything is insurmountable, and it is so frustrating and disappointing to watch women who can relate to that same judgment, that same oppression, that same misogyny, the same double standards, still go after other women and subject them to such at their own hands. I will never tell you to be a better person than one who talks shit. I try to avoid hypocrisy, but I will always point out that some conversations are for the group chat. Posting a video calling Emilie Kiser weird because she doesn't grieve in the way you grieve or handle things the way you'd handle them does nothing but provide a space for people to be evil toward a woman whose fucking baby just died and continue to perpetuate misogynistic narratives about women. Bringing me to, second of all, everybody knows exactly what they would do in every situation they aren't in. I would never come back online after my kid passed away. No, but you'd clock back into your 9 to 5. You'd go back to teaching or being a bank teller or being a nurse. Life doesn't stop when bad things happen, unfortunately, and just like if you or your loved one faced a tragedy and you'd eventually have to go back to your job, so does she. How does she keep it together? Her videos are like a minute long. You are seeing a minute of her day, again, because it's her job. People grieve differently. They don't owe you their grief. People cope differently. You don't know what a sense of familiarity and community could be doing for her. And you sound devoid of critical thinking skills and empathy. I prefer people have at least one or the other when you judge her for it. Emilie Kiser lost her son. She is never going to see her son again. She likely goes through every day of her life replaying the events of that day, blaming herself for leaving, blaming herself for anything that had ever gone wrong in that baby's life. She likely looks at her husband and has so many confusing emotions flowing through her mind 24/7. As she had to deal with everything that encompassed her son's passing, she also had to find ways to legally fight off you people who wanted photos and videos of him and documentation related to his death. She is never going to see her son again. Do you people not think that's punishment enough?